Hi, this is Rod Moore and welcome to the Six-Figure Sponsoring Bootcamp. And over the next 10 days, I'm going to go through with you the system that I have developed and used to really transform my sponsoring in network marketing. And so this is day one, and each day for the next 10 days we'll be delivering you an email which will lead you to a link where you can watch this, a video like this for that day's lesson. And what we're going to be going through really in this program is more about the psychology of sponsoring or recruiting in network marketing or MLM. And we're going to just share with you some ideas that might completely change your view or your outlook on this business. It certainly was something that I had to learn for myself because my sponsoring success was not that great when I my first few attempts at network marketing. And I'll share with my story and how I've sort of grown to develop a new approach to sponsoring as we go through the next 10 days in this boot camp. And I guess my story is really an interesting one because I came from a background where when I was first introduced to network marketing, I was a full-time musician. And basically what that means is, I owned a guitar, I was unemployed, and I spent most of the time drunk, right? I was in my early 20s, and that was going to be my career, was to be a musician. And I was pretty negative. I was playing blues music, so you can imagine the sort of environment I was immersing myself in. I hadn't found personal development at that stage and had no idea that I could change my thinking and therefore change my world. And one day my mother said to me, it's about time that you start to make something of your life and start to think about the future. And I thought, well, that's an interesting idea. And I went up the street and I bought this book, Making Money Made Simple. It was a book about financial planning and how to, take control of your finances. At the time, I didn't have any finances, right? But hey, good place to start is buy a book and find out what you can. And so I buy this book, and on the way back, I'm walking home, and I come across this street side vendor, and he was selling a lamington. And if you're not from Australia, you may not know what a lamington is, but basically it's like a sponge cake covered in chocolate and then sprinkled with coconut flakes all around it. And in Australia, it's like a treat that a lot of Australians will eat at barbecues and things like that. So this gentleman was selling lamingtons by the side of the road. And I thought, well, I'll buy some lamingtons and take them home, for the family and so on. And so I stop and I'm chatting to this guy. Now, you've got to imagine this. Now, I'd been out playing at a blues club the night before. I probably hadn't shaved in 3 days. I had long hair, and I probably still reeked of alcohol. It was not a pretty sight, right? So I buy these lamingtons from this guy, and this guy starts asking me questions. And he goes, so what do you do? And I said, well, I'm a musician. He goes, oh, great, yeah, great. I hear you guys make a lot of money. And I didn't have 10 cents to rub together, right? He goes, oh, so, you're obviously a sharp guy. You'd probably be interested in looking at other business opportunities. And I thought, oh, that's curious. A sharp guy, are you kidding me? But I said, and I don't know why I said it, but I said, yeah, sure, I'm always looking. Well, with that, he dove into the back of his car, and he's got piles of lamingtons there, and he's dived in the back of his car and he's throwing lamington boxes everywhere, and there's coconut going everywhere. And he finally emerged with this cassette tape, and he said, here, listen to this, and I'll call you in a few days' time. Well, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, right? I had never heard of network marketing or MLM, anything like that. I was the prime target for somebody to be sponsored because I'd never heard of it. And I guess in some ways I was looking, and that's the reason why I bought that book. And so I listened to the tape, and on that tape was a gentleman called Bert Gulick, and the company obviously was Amway. That was many years ago. And what he talked about, the lifestyle and the freedom he talked about by having both time and financial freedom, just absolutely engaged me, and I've been hooked on network marketing ever since. So long story short, I ended up joining that company, and I wasn't in the mind space to be successful at that time in that company. And I think I sponsored about 4 people, and I was involved in Amway for about 18 months, and then I went on and quit that business. And I'm sure many of you watching this presentation, Six-Figure Sponsoring, go through the boot camp have had similar experiences. Maybe it wasn't Amway, it might have been a different company, but you've joined and you really weren't ready or prepared. I didn't have the mindset, I didn't have the skills. I had trouble talking to people. I was very introverted at the time. I just wasn't ready for success in that company. And so, after 18 months I quit, but the dream of having that lifestyle, that what I would call a diamond lifestyle, never left me. And so over the next 18 years, I joined and quit a total of 4 network marketing companies, and I looked at others and dabbled around and so on. But I never was able to achieve success in sponsoring. And funnily enough, the Amway experience, I think, was the highest number of people I'd ever sponsored, or there may have been one other company where I sponsored 4 people personally. That was over 18 years. And now during that time, I was doing personal development. I was going to different courses and improving my skills. I got into sales and became quite successful in real estate sales. So I was improving as I went, but my sponsoring ability was still not that great. And it took me a long time to really work out where I was going wrong. And so then I joined my current company about 16 months ago from the time of this recording. And I decided that I was going to have a very different outcome, because I believed the company I joined was going to be one of the most important network marketing companies in history. It was going to go on and become $1 billion company. And I wanted to make sure I played an integral role in that. So the first thing I realized was I need to understand the sponsoring process better and be able to apply it in such a way where I can have dramatically different outcome. And so I combined what I did. I went and did some research in the way people think and are motivated, why people make positive decisions, and I combined that research, and there's a lot of neuro-linguistic programming and hypnosis and things like that, and I'll share some of that with you as we go through this program. But I combined that with internet marketing strategies to attract people to me. And the combination of the two meant that at the time of this recording, I think I've sponsored about 33 people personally. Now, I know there's a lot of people in network marketing who've easily sponsored more than that and probably do it each month, right? And that's great. So I'm certainly not here to tell you that I've got it all worked out. But what I do have is a much better understanding of the process, where I've been able to go from a 4-time failure in network marketing to building a business of over 2,000 people. Those 33 people I've personally sponsored have led to about more than 2,000 people in 23 countries in just 16 months. So I'm excited about that. As I said, I'm certainly no guru. I'm no heavy hitter who's rolled over a big team from one company to the next. I'm a guy who failed for 18 years in this business. And then I worked some things out and went on and built some success. And today I'm financially free as a result. I don't have to go and have a job ever again. So I get to share my passion, which is teaching other people how to build this business. So my message for you today is, regardless of what's happened in the past, regardless of what failures you've had or successes you've had, there's always hope, and you can go on and become successful in this great business of network marketing. I'm going to share with you what I learned about sponsoring, the psychology of sponsoring over the next 10 days, and it's going to be an exciting time. You'll find out, maybe where you've gone wrong and what you can do to improve it. So I'm Rod Moore. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the real psychology of sponsoring and the process that goes on there. So look out for it. And hey, have a great day. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.